What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy day after Halloween. If you guys celebrated yesterday, hopefully you guys had a fun and safe one. For me personally, it was pouring rain yesterday, but it was nice to see other families out and about grabbing some candy. We braved the rain and all that in our costumes, and we went around the neighborhood and we got some candy. It's a fun holiday for kids and adults, so hopefully you guys had a good one. Now in this video here, we do have some Plarium news. Like I said, usually on the weekend they don't really give us anything, but lately they've been automating some messages to us, so we got a little bit something here for sharing. Let's jump right into it here. Hey y'all, next Monday, November 3rd, we're planning to launch 2 events simultaneously, so that's going to be in 2 days from now. We're planning to launch a Awakening Boost event, giving you a 2x chance to summon 4, 5, and 6-star perfect souls from Mortal Soulstones. So we're talking about these small guys here, Mortal Soulstones. Please note, this boost applies to the soul's rank, regardless of its rarity. So if you click on the info tab here, it will give you the percentages for the rank and rarity. So this boost is only going to affect the rank, right? So the 4, 5, and 6-star boost will be increased, will be doubled basically. But the chance of the rarity will stay the same. This is a good event. Basically, if you are hoarding Mortal Soulstones, it gives you more value on them because these things are very low value. They don't really, you don't really get much from these. So getting a 2x boost on the chances of getting the 4, 5, and 6, which are, the more useful souls for champions, might be worth your while. Let's see, it's going to be a 96-hour event, and they are opening something else alongside it. We're also planning to launch a Fuel Deck of Fate event. And this is your chance to get some Radiant Sun Lilies of different rarity and basalts. What else? You're going to be doing that by opening Soulstones and upgrading champions. So it's going to be a training event paired with Soulstones. So this time we're only getting Sun Lilies, so that's the relic materials and other stuff, goodies or whatever, by pulling your Soulstone and upgrading champions. So this is happening on, the start of the week. Some people thought that maybe the start of the week could be something Leonardo related, but here we know that the Deck of Fate will just have relic materials in it. During this event, you'll be able to collect Radiant Sun Lilies to craft relics in the Forge. 300 rare, so there's going to be 3 rare crafts. There's going to be 200 epic, 150 legendary, and 50 mythical will be in the deck. So I recall that previously they didn't even include mythical mats in the Deck of Fate. So this time they actually have some mythical mats in there. I mean, it is what it is. It's okay, I guess. And it's interesting that they put the legendary and the mythicals all under the epic card. So 150 and 50, so that's 200 in 8 epic cards. So that's like what, 25 material per epic card, I would say. So this entire Deck of Fate only has, basically 7 relic crafts, 3 here, 2, and then 2, so 7 total. You get half the mythical craft here for the full deck. This is the full deck, by the way. And there's adding a sweetener to the Deck of Fate, and they're going to be allowing pinned card rarity. So the pinned card rarity actually is really, really nice. It basically lets you kind of lock in the higher rarity of choice so that it's easier for you to get 3 in a row so that you can get some of these additional bonus chests. There will be additional, I believe, relics hidden in the chests. As mentioned here, epic, legendary, and mythical Radiant Sun Lilies will be hidden in the Fate chest. So it gives you some additional chances of getting more relic materials, but it's generally like a sweetener for the Deck of Fate. So is this actually worth it? Like, so you have the 2x event boost here with the, the Mortal Soulstones. Like for me personally, I've been saving these up for so long. I have not pulled like a significant amount for probably months. Like you can see here, I have 260 here, and this is me maybe pulling like 20 or 30 like here or there just to get low-hanging rewards. But I've been saving up for a long time, basically just saving them for any kind of Leonardo shenanigans. Now here is where we can speculate a little bit. So if they're planning to kind of zap us of our soulstones on Monday, does that mean that Leonardo's event will include soulstones? I don't know, right? Now, granted that mortal soulstones are not really worth that much for like something as big as a hero's path. It could still be, kind of an attempt to remove some of your mortal soulstones before a soulstone event for Leonardo. Now, personally speaking, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Leonardo is very likely going to be shards, and it's going to be next weekend. So is it safe to say that pulling the mortal soulstones for this event is probably going to be pretty good? I would say it's probably going to be pretty okay, unless you really need the mortal soulstones as resources towards, guaranteed events and all that. Now, I know most people, I think endgame players obviously focus more on relics, but I think, early progressing players maybe not so excited about relic crafting, and that's totally fair. Keep in mind that the 2x boost for the Mortal Soulstones is still, very, very good. It's going to yield you something useful, hopefully, or at least it gives you the best chance at giving you something useful. And in this case, they're actually boosting the 4-star Perfect Soul rarity as well. Usually it's just the 5 and the 6. So I think that is a little bit of an added value there as well. It's also training, and the event is also going to be 4 days long. So even if you don't complete the Deck of Fate, even just participating, getting some points, getting some flips in is still valuable to you. All right, so how much will this Deck of Fate cost you if you were to just spend Mortal Soulstones? So usually the Mortal Soulstones is between 60 points to 90 points, depending how much they give you, right, in terms of the exact value. So let's say you need 40,000 points from the Deck of Fate, which is obviously that's how much it's worth. Each card is worth 1,000 points. Let's say you get the optimistic value and it's 90 points each. It's going to cost you 444 Mortal Soulstones. So it's going to take quite a bit to fill this Deck of Fate with just Mortal Soulstones. So obviously you're going to have to supplement that with a little bit of training. Obviously, if you want to pull the other soulstones as well, I mean, that's fine for points. But I would definitely not advise doing that because there's no actual real incentive to pull them. There's no boost or anything like that. So even for me personally, like I have, 260 of these mortal soulstones. I could pull them all and not be able to finish the Deck of Fate. So yeah, just to set your expectations clear, it's going to cost you, somewhere around 450 mortal soulstones to finish the Deck of Fate. All right, let's check out the Plarium play calendar here a little bit. So right here, Plarium play calendar. So the event's going to start on Monday, so on the 3rd. So basically near the end of the Sanguine Maria fusion, there's going to be a 4-day event right here ending on the 6th. So right on the 7th is when I think Leonardo's event will happen, will start, and then it will span the entire weekend. And that's going to be it. And usually on the weekends, obviously we're going to have shard events. So Leonardo most likely will be a shard related event, unless you think that Leonardo is going to start, on Monday and end here. That's the only other time where Leonardo could start is like somewhere after the weekend and end exactly on the last day of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collab. Sorry, the 12th. They have it here on the 12th. I mean, it's possible. It's possible it could be a 3-day event, Monday to Wednesday, but personally speaking, I think most likely Leonardo's probably going to start on the 7th and end probably here before the 10th, usually giving a couple days buffer room for the end of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collab. But yeah, that's my thinking, and 100% my thinking would be shard related for sure. So I think we can rest maybe a little bit easier knowing that, first of all, Leonardo's event is not starting at the beginning of the week, and instead we're getting this Deck of Fate that has soulstones in it. We can rest a little bit easier that maybe Leonardo's event will not have soulstones related. I'm basing that off of, first of all, the Deck of Fate having soulstones, and I'm basing that off of most likely Leonardo starting on the weekend, which is usually summon related. Keep in mind that Tuesday and Wednesday, is going to be CVC. It's not going to be personal rewards or anything like that. So that's going to be happening during this Deck of Fate. Deck of Fate will start on the Monday. So if you guys are doing, massive amounts of soulstone pulls, you might want to consider pulling outside of CVC just to, prevent yourself and your clan from getting a ridiculous amount of points. So maybe you guys keep that in mind if you guys are doing that kind of stuff. Now, although I don't think Leonardo will be soulstone related, I do think it's possible that Leonardo could still be training related. So in this Deck of Fate, you can get points from soulstones and training. Now, when this Deck of Fate ends, it could lead right into another training event, which could be Leonardo. So Leonardo theoretically could be shards plus training. So I would advise taking it maybe a little bit easier with spending the training points for this Deck of Fate, just in case you need to spend those training points towards Leonardo's Deck of Fate on the weekend. It's still definitely a possibility that they do 2 training events back to back. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And one more thing to keep in mind is that with Leonardo's Hero's Path, I would expect them to put relics in there as well. So this could be like, a humongous Hero's Path. Like it could be humongous event, right? You could have Leonardo, the champion, Leonardo, the Firestar Stole, plus relic materials as well. So, trying to conserve whatever resources you can towards this would be pretty insane. Yeah, it's the end of the collab. They're going to throw everything they have at us. So hopefully we're ready. Hopefully we're ready, right? We had over 2 months to prepare, like 2.5 months, I would say. Actually, is it 3 months? Has it been 3 months? I don't remember. I feel like I made my first video on the Ninja Turtles like when I was on vacation, and like vacation was sometime in the summertime, and that felt like so long ago. It felt so long ago. I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head whether this collab is longer than usual, but it feels long. I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful and informative for you guys. Like I said, there's going to be a Deck of Fate starting on Monday. Soulstones, training event, relic materials up for grabs in it. It's going to be pin rarity, of course. There's going to be a 2x boosted, Soulstone event for the mortal Soulstones, only the small ones. Personally speaking, I think I'm going to pull my little guys for this event. It's not a huge event for me, but I like the 2x on the mortal Soulstones, and I feel relatively confident that Leonardo's event won't rely heavily on the mortal soulstone. But that's just my thoughts right now. Maybe they'll change. We'll see. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend so far. Appreciate your time watching until the end, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.